Hello, students. Good afternoon, you all. Right. Today we are going to discuss about English literature. There are altogether 3 novels are there. The majority of the students are offering vendor suites, but only it is his pen name or nickname. His original name is Samuel Langhorne Clements. So before he started his career as a writer, he was a typesetter, and gradually he developed himself and he started to write articles to the newspapers. So his early career is not satisfactory to him. So definitely you would have studied about this satire. Satire means you can attack a person. That means by using a nickname or something else, praise from the critics and peers, and became very popular in writing novels. He was lauded as a great humorist of his age, and William Faulkner called Twain the father of American literature. Since he is an American writer, so at that time there's another writer who was there, who was a very famous writer, William Faulkner, who appreciated him as an father of American literature. Okay. The Prince and the Pauper is his first attempt at historical novel. This shows that he hasn't experienced enough in English society, and also as a fact that it was produced after a massive hit. So in this novel, you can see there are 2 main characters are given to you. Tom and Edward. Both are from different social strata. So here you can see the historical background. Now I am coming to the historical background. The historical background of the story is Tudor period. I think definitely would have heard, I don't know whether you have heard it or not. So this one is the this is 16th century. Okay. Right. First attempt at historical fiction. This novel is described as fantasy fiction. Fantasy fiction. two main characters are there. So they want to do some adventure. So one is from the royal family and the other one is from the Pauper family. So both of them, they change themselves to learn the social background of the country. Set against the background of 16th century England, almost at the very end of the reign of Tudor King Henry VIII. So he was the king at that time. So his period is coming to an end at that time. Incidentally, the Tudor period, which include 5 rulers, altogether 5 rulers, 3 kings and 2 queens, 3 kings and 2 queens, is of the most outstanding and interesting period in English history. So this period is most interesting and outstanding. Why? Because altogether there are 5 rulers are there. Out of 5, there you can see how many 5 rulers, 3 kings and 2 queens were there at the time. Okay. Now we are going for the other thing. Other special thing about the this Prince and the Pope. Okay. So the King Henry VIII. So already I have told you about the King Henry VIII. So King Henry VIII was well known for his extra board, very heavy figure. The succession of 6 queens whom he married and the cruelty of his laws. Some of the queens and kings' children are mentioned here and there in the story. Arrogant. Queen Catherine. Of arrogant. Daughter Mary is a daughter Mary, who came to be known as Bloody Mary. She was called as Bloody Mary for her cruelty. Catherine was divorced by the king after he established the Church of England for his purpose. This thing also connected to the incident in the story. The next one is Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn, mother of Lady Elizabeth, mentioned in the story, the little princess' sister. This queen was beheaded. She was beheaded. Incidentally, Lady Elizabeth became one of the most popular and successful rulers of England. Queen Elizabeth I. So, this journey is going from then onwards to now. Next one is Jane Seymour, whose son is the joint hero of this story. It's called Prince Edward. She died naturally after the little prince was born. The other one is Anne of Cleves, Anne of Cleves, a German princess whom the king divorced. He referred to as her as the Mayor of Flanders. The next one is Catherine Howard, who was beheaded. Next one, Catherine Parr, who survived the king and is referred to in the story as the queen. So there's a line is there, has paid thy duty to the Queen's Majesty, says Lady Jane. So you can see this line in your novel. Right. So from this onwards, so these are the points I have given to you to make some references about the historical background, and further we will discuss about this one. Right. One of the main reasons for these frequent marriages was Henry VIII's overwhelming desire for a son to succeed him, but all the male babies born to him died almost at birth, with the exceptions of Jane Seymour's son Edward, who figures in the story. Students, you should be very careful. So all the that means most of them are you are offering vendor suites, as well as some of them are willing to do Prince and the Pauper. In the both novels, some of the places were indirectly or directly mentioned. So in the vendor suites, Malgudi is mentioned. Same as here also, Offal Court is pointed out in most of the places. That means Tom has come from the Offal Court. He is from the Pauper family. And that means two places are mentioned here. One is London, another one is England. England is related with Edward, and London is related with Tom, who has come from the Salem area, from the Offal Court, right? So some of the writers, they always think about, they take a place and they always stick to the place and they start writing the novel. Whereas in the vendor suites, Malgudi is the birthplace of R.K. Narayan, so therefore he has taken that, right? But whereas in the Prince and the Pauper, Mark Twain didn't born in England or London. He was from America, so he has taken this place because of the political, social, or economical impact has been there at that time. Okay, we'll go for further. Edward Tudor was born on 12th October 1537. Born on 1537. And that's the point where the story starts. He became King of England, Edward VI, at the time, right? At the age of 9, with a regent guiding him, regent. He was a guide of Edward, but died on 6th July 1553 at the age of 16. So it's a premature death. He had been weak from birth and is believed to have died of tuberculosis. And the Pope and his establishment of the Church of England, with himself at its head, in order to divorce his first wife, Catherine of Tom. Tom is from Pauper family. So accidentally, both of them lived in a restriction. His mother, father, and grandmother. Here, Tom's major work is begging. Major work is begging. So here you can see he was living in a That means he was living in the area of criminals and thieves. Even though he was baptized by Father Andrew and he taught Bible as well as certain sermons were taught to them along with Tom. There are some of them also in the Pauper family. He didn't have proper meal or dress or any other that means any other things to enjoy himself. But when he started reading, or when he was attached to the Andrew, so here of course you can see the author has predicted. The author has predicted. Right. Here, the author has predicted.
Patu. Vadi pattu vadi, vadi pattu vadi.
Okay, so because of Andrew, the father, who has baptized and who has brought them up without involving in criminal offenses. So therefore, Tom has dreamt that when he was at the awful court, he gathered all his peers and he started to behave like as a prince, and he ordered them to do this and that. So from that on that day onwards, he started to dream, and finally the dream came true. But whereas in the advanced mind, he has no idea of such thing. But whereas when he has met, then only he was really shocked and thought that both of them are identical, and they wanted to get away from this restriction. So here of course,